Harihi Om. Now let us capture the gist of all the 18 chapters in one go. Chapter 1. This talks about the major commanders and eminent Yodhas on Pandavas and Kauravas side. Chapter 2. Arjuna says, I can't fight and kill my own people. Lord Krishna says, the soul is eternal and gives complete Sankhya Shastra. How a soul, by following the knowledge of the Veda Shastras, can see and experience the Supreme within and achieve Aparoksha Gnana. Chapter 3, Arjuna says, if that is the case, why are you asking me to fight the war? I would become a Gnani. Lord Krishna talks about the importance of karma in achieving Aparoksha Gnana and Moksha. Lord Krishna talks about the karma cycle, that every living life and lifeless form is linked to this karma cycle. You get bound to this world because of your attachment to actions and results, and if you do your actions as worship of God, you will get released from this karma cycle, and it is important to fight the war as if it is worship of the Bhagavanta. Chapter 4. On Lord Krishna's information that this knowledge chain which he initiated about the Sankhya Shastra and the Veda Shastras, Lord Krishna said it broke and it lost, and Arjuna asks, how come you told this to Lord Surya in the past? As an answer to that, Lord Krishna gives the details of himself, the Bhagavad Swarupa, why he takes the avataras, how he maintains the world order through Chaturvarnyam, the 4 types of jivas, jivasvabhavas. Chapter 5. Arjuna, after knowing about Shri Krishna is the supreme tattva, asks him to tell him clearly whether to follow the karma yoga and fight the war, or become a sannyasi while leaving the war and achieve Aparoksha Gnana. Lord Krishna says, do both. It is not opposite to each other. Fight the war thinking that me, your antaryami within you, is fighting this war. And this is the form of worship, whatever be the result of the war. Lord Krishna explains the concept of Naham Karta Hari Karta. A jiva does not do anything on his own, and Bhagavanta is the Sarvakarta. One who knows this tattva, a Gnani, has no confusion. He sees the same Bhagavanta in everyone. Chapter 6. Lord Krishna explains the process of achieving what was told till 5th chapter. For everything, it is your mind that is important. It can be your friend in sadhana, it can be your enemy too. How one should do spiritual practices to train his mind, and what kind of food and activities or lifestyle helps him do that. The process of dhyana, Lord Krishna explains. How one who is in the path of siddhi does karma, and how one who has already achieved Aparoksha Gnana does karma. That also Lord Krishna explains in the 6th chapter. Chapter 7. Lord Krishna explains how he is the supreme, and he controls the universe through the avyakta tattva Chit Prakriti Lakshmi Devi. Human beings do not understand me. Because of the Maya and effects of Triguna, Lord Krishna says, I am the Adhiyagna, I am the Adhidhaiva, I am Adhibhuta, I am Adhyatma, I am the Brahma. All the karma is within me. One who knows this will attain moksha. In chapter 8, Lord Krishna talks about Shat Viditva, the concept that he is everything. He explains the last impression of your mind before leaving this body is what makes you in the next Janma. And one who is in Bhagavad Dhyana at the time of death gets mukti. But to be able to do that, one should be in Nirantara Smarane of Lord Krishna. Chapter 9, Lord Krishna explains his Mahima and why, even though he is within us, we cannot know him and experience him. Bhagavanta is unaffected by the karma, though he is the ultimate doer. Only the deserving souls by nature can attain his knowledge and thereby the permanent bliss moksha. Chapter 10. Listening to Lord Krishna's Sarvantaryami Tattva, Arjuna wants to know the Vibhuti Rupas of Lord Krishna. His special presence in each class of things and the people, which is useful for dhyana. Lord Krishna gives a gist of Vibhuti Rupa, says, wherever you see something special, know that there is my Vibhuti, my special presence in that. Chapter 11. After listening about Vibhuti Rupas, Arjuna desires to see this all-pervasive Bhagavanta in one view. Lord Krishna gives Arjuna a special vision and shows his Vishwa Vyapta Rupa. We always say, seeing is believing. Arjuna profusely thanked Bhagavanta for this special darshana. Chapter 12. Many people do worship Lakshmi Devi as Durga, as Shakti. Arjuna asks, what is the difference between worshipping Hari and Siri? Worshipping of whom will take us to Mukti? Lord Krishna says, Upasana of Avyakta Tattva is very tough. Easier route is to worship me, knowing that she is my Adhina. With her Anugraha of Lakshmi Devi, you will win over the effects of Triguna and reach me. Chapter 13, Lord Krishna connects all the knowledge bites explained so far for a holistic understanding. He explains Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Gnana, Gneya, Purusha, Prakriti concepts for greater clarity. Finally, he says Trigunas has to be won over. Chapter 14, Lord Krishna dwells in depth about the effects of Triguna and how he is Gunatita, the owner and controller of Triguna, that is Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. The only way to win over the effects of Triguna is to be in the knowledge of the Supreme all the time. Chapter 15. Lord Krishna gives a holistic view of everything in the form of universal tree, Jagad Vriksha, for which he is the mother root, Urdhva Mula. It is wonderful summation of how Bhagavanta does everything, being within our heart and within the universe, and how we are all connected to this universal tree through Karmanubandha. We can cut away from this misery of the universal tree through Asanga Shastra by Anusandhana of the Purushottama Lord Krishna. But this is not possible for Akritatmas, those who are by nature asuras. Chapter 16. Lord Krishna explains the Daivi Sampattu and Asuri Sampattu, the qualities of those who are turned towards Bhagavanta and those who are turned away from him. He says one should follow as prescribed the karmas as prescribed in the Shastra Vidhi. Chapter 17. Arjuna asks, what if one does not understand Shastra Vidhi but still follows it honestly, what will happen to them? Lord Krishna gives a detailed knowledge of how Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Trigunas exist in everything, and a respective jiva belonging to that guna gets attracted to the respective gunas in food, lifestyle, worshipping or thinking. Yajna, Dana, Tapa has to be done for Mukti Sadhana, says Lord Krishna. Chapter 18. Arjuna finally asks, what is important for sadhana? Purushartha, is it karma sannyasa or karma tyaga? Lord Krishna says, both are same. Just do your karma without expectation and as a worship of me. Lord Krishna gives the nuances of karma with 5 components: the adhisthana, karta, karana, chesta, and daivam. Lord Krishna talks about the sattva, rajas, tamas types of shraddha, the 3 types of karma tyaga, 3 types of gnana, 3 types of karma, 3 types of kartru, 3 types of buddhi, 3 types of dhriti, and also 3 types of sukha. One who leaves everything else and surrender to me in devotion, I will take him or her to moksha. For Lord Krishna's question, after listening to all this, would you still do whatever you want? Arjuna says, Karishye vachanam tava. I will do as you say, O Lord Krishna. Whoever listens to this Gita with utmost devotion and with utmost sincerity, those deserving will always be victorious and happy with the eternal presence of Lord Krishna with them all the time. Naham karta hari karta tat puja karma cha khilam hari om.